Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. It is raining cats and dogs outside right now. It's been raining all day, but you know, we need the rain because in Texas we always have droughts all the time, and so the rain is definitely something we do not complain about. But I will say that yesterday was absolutely beautiful. Mom and I went to Arbor Hills, and it was about, 82 degrees outside. It was summertime and it was wonderful. So we got to spend a lot of time outside yesterday, and today we've been inside all day. I've been working all day, but I want to pop on because I'm so excited. I want to talk to you guys today about curly hair, because curly hair is different than straight hair. It's got a lot of different properties, and I think a lot of people don't know the difference between straight hair and curly hair, and there are definite differences. And so because of that, you have to take care of it a little bit differently than you would with straight hair. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences of curly hair versus straight hair, some products that I recommend as far as like how to care, and also some tips that you can use at home to bring out the best in your curls. Because a lot of people have curls and they're beautiful. They're actually one of my favorite hair types, but a lot of people don't know how to take care of them properly to get the best look for their curls. And so that's the point of this live. So I'm going to be going over some of that. But first, I want to talk about some fun facts for you guys about curls that maybe you didn't know. So the average head of hair. So average head of hair has about 120,000 hairs on it. But did you know that curly hair only has about 100,000? So they have about 20,000 less hairs on their scalp than a straight haired person. Now, I know some of you are like, yeah, right. I have so much hair. My hair is huge. Well, you got to think about how the hair, it coils. And so it's taking up more space, but there's actually a lot less follicles. So I guarantee you, if you went to straighten it out, it would probably be a lot more smooth than when it's curly, depending on your curl pattern. So average head of hair has 120,000 hairs. Curly hair has 100,000. People with curly hair can actually shampoo less often because of the fact of the matter is when you have less hair, you have less follicles, which also means you have less sebaceous glands in your scalp. And so when you have less sebaceous glands in your scalp won't get as oily. And so people with curly hair, that's why a lot of times they'll struggle with a little bit more dryness, whether it's on their hair, on their scalp, and everything like that. It's because they don't have the same amount of sebaceous glands as a straight haired person. So if you guys wondered why curls are more vulnerable to dryness and everything, that is the reason. And so it's really, really important to understand that. There's a lot of different curl patterns. So some people will have curly hair and you just say curly hair. Well, there's actually several different types of curls. So, you know, you have wavy, you have like an S-wave pattern. We have the Botticelli pattern. You have the corkscrew, you have the coily hair. So curls can be divided into a bunch of different categories. And also a fun fact, just because you have one type of curl doesn't mean that you can't find other types of curl patterns on your hair. So I have clients in the salon that they'll have really beautiful ringlets up front, and the back of their hair will have different curl patterns. It'll be a little bit different texture. I have a lady who is super sweet, love her to death, and we struggle back here because her hair is definitely more coily in the back versus the front. So the front is a little more relaxed, the back is like really coily, and so to get the hair to lay down properly, to get the style to look right, we have to treat it with a little bit different care. The versus, you know, we wish that everybody had the same curl pattern, you know, constantly through their hair, but that's in a perfect world, right? So definitely not that. Okay, did you know that curly hair grows on average about 6 inches per year? About 6 inches per year. So that means, I mean, basically what 6 inches is like that much. So you're getting about that much growth a year on average. Now, everybody's different. You know, a lot of that can play a part as far as medications you're taking, hormones, just general health. You know, my hair tends to grow really fast. Some people, I know it takes a lot longer for their hair to grow, but the average is about 6 inches per year. 90% of curls are in a growth phase. So about most of the hair that you see on someone with curls is in a growth phase, with the other remaining 10% is in a resting phase. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, shrinkage. This reminds me of the episode of Seinfeld when they talk about shrinkage. It's quite funny. But curly hair can shrink, and I'm sure a lot of you know this. I love going to see my uncle. He's got these most beautiful ringlet curls, and I love going over there because when I take his curls, I like to stretch them out to see how long his hair actually is. It's quite funny. But hair can shrink. So if someone has wavy hair, which is a little more relaxed curl, it can shrink up to 5%. So it will shrink a little bit. Regular curly hair, about 30%. If you have coily hair, it can shrink up to 75%. So that's why if you have someone that has, you know, really, really coily hair, you can take their hair and stretch it down and it's super long. And so that's why sometimes people feel like their hair doesn't grow as quickly when it has curls, because it has to take time to ribbon. So you're not actually growing in a straight line, you're having to ribbon around. So it seems like it takes a little bit longer. Another fun fact about curly hair is straight hair person. If you were to take a straight hair and a curly hair and look at them both, you know, flat end, look at them at the end of a microscope, curly hair is actually flat versus round. So like, well, I'm not really the best representation because I kind of have a curl pattern to my hair naturally, but straight hair is round in diameter, curly hair is flat. So it's a little bit different because it has to ribbon around. So a little bit different. See, coming back when my daughter gets out of the shower, but she can watch. A lot of people hate having curly hair, and I don't know why. It's so beautiful. And I try to tell my clients, you know, to embrace your natural curls because it's gorgeous. And, you know, a lot of people don't want what they have, and everybody wants what they don't have, you know. And so learn to embrace your natural beauty. You know, that's the beauty God gave you. And, you know, just embrace the natural. Okay. So I'm going to recommend some things as far as, you know, taking care of your hair. So as you all know, I am a Monat hairstylist and very passionate about it. I am not quiet about the fact that I love Monat products. I've been carrying them in my salon for over a year and a half with wonderful success. And so that's the product line I'm going to be, you know, talking about today. Now, there are several other great product lines out there. I think it's really important to find the one that you like best. So we have a special going on right now, so I'm just going to go over it really quick, and then I'm going to dive into some tips that you guys can use at home to get the most out of your curls. So one of the little duos that we're doing right now is the Renew shampoo. Renew shampoo is really, really hydrating. So if you suffer with dryness, this is definitely probably the best shampoo that we have for dryness. It has a lot more of the, you know, oil in it, and it's really, really great because we have Abyssinian oil in the products, and basically it's the molecules are small enough to fully penetrate the hair shaft, so you're not getting those surface oils. So it's really, really important because you want to be able to hydrate the scalp in the many different layers of the hair, and so that creates that. So you're going to have the Renew shampoo. We also have the hydrating mask, which is wonderful. This is protein enriched. So if you need protein, if you feel like your hair is, you know, a little brittle, this is definitely the one to use. I use this on all my clients. I use it on myself. It is one of my favorite products, and it will last you a long time because you only need a little tiny bit. Okay, the next one, if your problem is frizz, if you're having a lot of frizzy issues, this one would be the one I would choose. This one's really lightweight, so it's not going to weigh the hair down. It helps with humidity. It helps with, you know, flyaways and all that stuff. It is wonderful. I use the Smoothing Deep Conditioner. This is my absolute favorite conditioner. This will tame any flyaways. It's really hydrating. My hair, because I'm blonde and I process it, the ends can get dry, but I have an oily scalp. So I like to pair different products, you know, with the hair types, because not everybody needs a full system. You've got to pick what works best for you. And so this conditioner is my absolute favorite. So that is a duo. We also have one if you're needing volume. So if you feel like your, you know, curls are kind of limp, you need a little bit more volume, we've got a volume duo also that is amazing, and it has the Revive Shampoo Revitalized Conditioner. Really lightweight, has a plumping effect, so if you're needing some volume, it is definitely the way to go. Now, we just launched a new product. So excited about it. We've had trial sizes that have been about this big for months. And people have been begging us. They've been begging us for, the curl cream to come out. And so finally, because everybody was wanting it, Monat listened and they launched this as a full-size product. Now, some facts about the curl cream that's amazing. It's very versatile, so you can use it in multiple ways. You get great curl definition. So if you're having issues as far as, your curls being defined, you feel like it's frizzy, this will be really, really good. There's multiple products for curls out there. Some are a spray. I prefer a cream. If you're wanting that really nice defined curl, a cream usually I feel I get a better result with. So it is a creamy consistency. It smells really good. It eliminates frizz. What you're going to do is you're going to apply it to your wet hair. You only need a tiny bit. You're going to rub it in your hands, kind of scrunch it in your hair, and then as your hair starts to dry, you're going to continue to scrunch it. So it's really, really awesome. It's very long lasting. So this will last you for days. If you need like a little refresh, just take a little water in your hands, scrunch it back up. That's what I do. And it just revives the curl. So it's pretty cool because you're not having to wash it every day or dry it every day. It's non-stiff as well. Now, what do you say? Okay, I don't have like super curly hair, Brie. Can I use this? Yes. Yes, you can use it. Even if you have a slight wave to your hair at all, this is going to augment the waves. And so it's going to spring them up a little bit, make them a little more defined. And also it's great just for an extra humidity protection, heat protection, frizz protection. So anybody can use it and it will work for them. So those are some facts about the curl cream. I'm so excited. If you have any questions on that, just send me a message. But I'm going to dive into some tips that I recommend as far as caring for your curls at home. I've tried a bunch of different things over the years, and these are like my go-to tips for curly hair. And I tell all my curly head clients how to do this, and they seem to be getting a lot better results. So what I always recommend, you don't want to always use a brush. Now, brushes for curls, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, don't use a brush for curly hair. It's a disaster. It'll throw out on you and it's nuts. Well, that is true. However, I will recommend that you take a brush to your hair before you shower, because you still need to be brushing your hair. You need to get the tangles out, but also brushing your hair is so important for your health because you're taking the oils from your scalp and you're pulling them down through the ends. And that's super, super important. Now, if you have more straight hair and everything, I recommend, brushing a little more often. Granted, people with curls, you don't want to always do that because it's going to ruin your curls. But brushing before the shower is super, super important. You want to get out the loose hairs that you have, because you can shed over 150 hairs a day. You want to brush those out, get them out before you shampoo. It also helps loosen the dirt and oil from the hair. So it's really, really necessary to get the best shampoo experience to brush your hair before you shower. Okay, so now after you shampoo, after you condition, this is what I recommend. A lot of people will grab a towel, they will wrap their hair up in a towel, or they will towel dry their hair. That's okay normally for, straight hair, but if you're going to wear it curly, that is not what I recommend. I recommend you grabbing a towel, or a paper towel for that matter, and scrunching the water out of your hair, being very gentle. You don't want to wrap it, you don't want to comb it out, you don't want to, rub it around. It's just going to create more frizz. So just gently pick up the hair and scrunch the water out of your hair. And you're going to do that to get almost all of the water out. It's because if you want more of a stretched out curl, you can let it, air dry with water in it. But the water has weight to it. So it's going to weigh the curls down. So as they dry, they're held in that weighed down position. So you're not going to get the most spring out of your curl, especially if you're like somebody that just barely has a wave and you're wanting to get I'm back. Okay. If you're wanting to get the most texture out of it possible, you're going to want to take these things into consideration. Try to get the most moisture out that you possibly can. So scrunch your hair with the towel or the paper towel, whatever you choose. Another thing that I recommend is if you want the most out of your curl, I highly recommend using a diffuser on your blow dryer. A lot of people are like, what is a diffuser? You know, you have all these funky attachments with your blow dryers and nobody really knows how to use them, right? So the diffuser is the round thing with all the crazy spikes on it. Some people have one that looks like a little hand glove. Basically what this does is it's a little more gentle for curls. So instead of a lot of direct airflow to your hair where you're getting like a massive amount of, airflow, it's separating the airflow and the heat into different, parts. So it's balancing out that airflow and everything. And so you're going to dry the hair, which is good, especially for the winter. You don't always want to walk around with wet hair out in the freezing cold. So this is going to help dry your hair. It's going to bounce up your curls. So if you want a little bit more of a response from your curls, blow drying it with a diffuser is definitely super important. So if you have a diffuser at home and you've never used it, now's the time to try it out. Now, how you use it, I know, I love your curls. They're so beautiful. Love Tamara's curls. They've always been one of my favorites. So what you're going to do, you don't have to put it on the end and, do this. That's not really what it is. So what you're going to do, and I wouldn't recommend doing it on a super high setting, do it on a medium setting. But what you're going to do is, we'll just pretend this is the diffuser because I left mine at work. So this is a diffuser and you're going to take your hair, okay? You're going to pick up your hair and you're going to hold the diffuser there. And you're just going to hold it there for just a little bit. And then you're going to also move it around the head. And you're going to do that as many times to try to get the most moisture out as possible. You can dry it to about 80%, let it dry for the rest if you don't want to dry it all the way. But I definitely recommend using the diffuser and see the difference. Take pictures and see the difference. But I know personally in my salon with every single person that I've done these tips with, they've had such good results. The curls are more defined, there's less frizz, they spring up more, just beautiful results. And definitely product, if you have curly hair, product is huge. So I prefer the creams, but you've got to find something that works best for you. I love Monat. If you don't love Monat, then you need to find something that you love. But product is essential for curls. So if you need a recommendation on what to use on your hair, just send me a message. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. But I hope that gave you some good tips and some understanding the differences between curls and straight hair, how to care for them, products that we recommend. We've got a sale going on until tomorrow. So if you want to get on that, send me a message. I'll educate you, give you some ideas of how to take advantage of that. I personally love this product line. A lot of people will freak out because it's not salon quality products. It is salon quality products. I'm a professional. I use them in my salon every day. Tons of stylists use them in their salon and I wouldn't have it any other way. We have MSDS sheets, just like every other product line that talks about the facts of the products. We've got clinical studies. They just did another round of testing and with a company that tests L'Oreal products, Procter & Gamble, really well-known worldwide facility. They just did secondary testing, did amazing results on that. So I am firm with this product line. I believe in it 110%. I would not want to use anything else now that I've started using it, but you got to find what works for you. But anyways, guys, it was so good to talk to you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. If you need anything, reach out to me, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.